Hi everyone, this is Jkay, and today I'll be playing the new release free-to-play MMORPG Throne and Liberty game that launched on October 1st, 2024. You were granted 5 days of in-game early access if you have purchased one of the following packs before launch: the Standard, the Deluxe, and the Ultimate. You don't necessarily need to purchase one of these packs to play. However, if you did, these packs did come with some exclusive items. You can download the game on Steam and play on PC, PS5, and Xbox. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my unbiased first impression review of the game. And I'll be playing on PC with keyboard and mouse. You'll be seeing through the eyes of a brand new player who has never experienced playing this game before. I'm excited to get started, so let's load in. Starting things right off, we get to see a cool cinematic scene of the storyline of a witch named Calenthia who once destroyed the Children's Island with the Archeum Legion under Khazar's command. Her loyalty resides with Khazar and the goal to pursue Stark fragments to seize absolute power. And let me say this, the graphics in this game look stunning and gorgeous. Next, we jump right into the character creation screen, where you can select to play as a male or female character. It's nice to see that we have a decent sized selection of presets and customization. This is a cool feature because you can create a character how you want it to look and play as. And 5 minutes later, this is me. Let's play. So, as we all know, almost every game has a tutorial, and here we are. This is usually one of the most boring part where you learn how to control your character. So I'll try to make this quick. E or right click to attack, and X to cancel attack. Movement keys are the typical WASD for up, left, down, and right. After learning some of these basic controls, we have our first enemy encounter. During this fight, combat does seem a little clunky. For example, the mob here attacked me and somehow my character doesn't auto lock on and kept getting a message below that I needed to select a target. So then I would have to keep clicking the mob and attack. Not sure if this mechanic is how it's intended to work, but maybe there's an in-game option to fix this. It's not a very good first impression, and I also feel that this game is somewhat in between tab targeting and action combat. Next, we see a combat game mechanic here, where if we time and press Q to parry perfectly, we can block and stun the enemy's attack. I really like this game mechanic because it showcases how good you really are in PvE or PvP as a player if you time your skills perfectly, as opposed to just smashing your keyboard. This will allow you to stand out from the pack, separating the skill gap of a noob versus a pro. Next on the list, if we press W plus shift, we can morph into a wolf, where it looks like we gain some movement speed. Given this ability, I don't think we'll have mounts in Throne and Liberty, as to a more traditional MMO these days. I don't see an issue with this concept, as both are mainly used for traveling and exploring the world map. We also see that we have the ability to morph into an eagle and glide. Keep in mind, I said glide, not fly. As I was gliding, I did press to relace and took fall damage from free falling and died instantly, something to make note of. There was another morph ability to turn yourself into a swimming creature. This will allow you to swim through large bodies of water. However, I was not able to capture any video footage. Now, onto one of the main features in Throne and Liberty: weapons. You are allowed to wield 2 weapons at once, one as primary and the other as secondary. It seems you don't need to switch weapons to use both weapon skills. There are a total of 7 weapons that you can choose from, starting from the Great Sword, Sworded Shield, daggers, longbow, crossbow, staff, and wand. Each weapon has its own unique set of skills, and depending on which weapon you decide to start with, this will ultimately determine your class. This is quite different from the traditional MMO where you begin the game by choosing your class and being locked in forever. Another thing to make note of is that you are not locked into the 2 weapons that you choose to start with and can change them at any given time. So later, if you feel that being a greatsword user isn't really your playstyle and you wanted to be an archer instead, you can switch right away without having to re-roll a whole different character. I really like this feature as it allows you to play many different types of build without having to re-level another character. However, I do believe there is a catch to this, as you might have to re-level the other weapon skills to reach their full potential. All in all, I think this is a great feature to have in the game. Let's move on to one of the last features in the game that I experienced with, leveling and questing. Max level in Throne and Liberty currently is capped at level 50. Throughout the 2 hours of gameplay, I ended up being level 13, and for someone who was completely new at the game, I feel this was reasonable as I was just doing the main story questline and a few side quests here and there. Questing in Throne and Liberty takes on a more traditional MMO approach, where you need to kill X amount of mobs or find X amount of materials. Although this was the system, the game did not feel grindy at all, as most quests were done easily after killing a few mobs. This wraps up my first day of playing Throne and Liberty. As I have mentioned in this video, there are pros and cons to some of the features that I was presented with. A few of the negatives that I encountered was 1. A clunky combat system with the auto targeting. 2. Some quests were confusing while using the map and minimap. 3. Most of the items I got from doing quests and killing mobs was hard to understand what they were needed for, but maybe after some more playing time, things might come together and get easier. Now, on to some of the pros. 1. The graphics in this game are amazing. 2. Using the skill-based attack was pretty smooth. And 3. The ability to change class and weapons at any time. Despite everything in totality, I still had fun and enjoyed the gameplay overall. It wasn't the best experience that I had hoped for, but I will continue to keep playing and see how this unravels. Let me know down in the comments below if you are planning to play Throne and Liberty or already playing. Also, feel free to let me know what I missed. And lastly, I would like to thank all of you for staying till the end of this video. Peace.
May you have a glorious journey.